Hello, hello, and welcome to the Two Raccoons in a Trench Coat podcast. We're so happy to have you with us today. We are also joined by my co-host,
Some guy with a hat. Thank you for joining. Happy whenever it is you're listening to us. And today we're joined by our friend Matt. Matt, how you doing today?
Just Matt's fine. Yeah, good.
That would be a great handle for you to take for like YouTube.
Ooh, yeah, that's not bad.
Just Matt's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as some of our viewers know, some of us don't, we usually start off with trivia. And barring any complications that the co-host or I want to throw in for funsies, I think we jump right into it. Does that sound good?
I'm game.
Yeah. Is it like... I told you guys this. I haven't listened to this show. Who's doing the trivia? What? Is it like... we guess trivia? Is it like offering fun trivia? Or what? What is the...
Yeah, so this is a game of
Want me
life
to
or...
explain trivia?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
So here on Two Raccoons Podcast, we ask trivia. The host of today's episode, that would be some guy with a hat, has prepared five trivia questions about the topic at hand. You know the topic, I know the topic, the host knows the topic, the audience, they don't know. They don't get to know until they can guess it.
Okay.
So what will happen is that you will get to guess first, and I will be told to leave the studio. You will have 1 minute to answer all five of these questions. At the end of your time, your score will be calculated. I will be brought back into the studio. Thank God I have nothing outside of this. And then I will get a chance to answer my five. If you get more right, you win. If I get more right, I win. The loser is sent to the Shadow Realm.
Who's playing? Is it the audience?
No,
it's you versus me.
Yeah.
Me.
You know what? Let's just do this
just
live.
go.
I'm gonna
That's
leave
fine.
the
That's
studio.
fine.
Text me when I can come back.
All right.
I'm leaving. Give me a
Oh,
second.
I
My
see.
gas here.
Okay, I see. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, all
Okay.
right.
All right.
I'm going to ask you five questions. Your time's going to start as soon as I finish asking the first question. Are
Okay.
you ready?
Yep. Is this a
All right.
Jeopardy situation? Do I have to answer with a question?
Nope, just standard
Okay.
Jason
all right.
trivia.
All right. Just trying to feel... yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it would have probably been nice if we had let you know what you were getting into beforehand, but I guess that's just how we do it here.
No, that's fine.
All right. Question one. What was Keanu Reeves' first leading role?
Ooh. It's probably not The Matrix. That seems too predictable, but I'm just going to say The Matrix.
Who directed Bullet Train, Fall Guy, and Deadpool 2?
David Leitch.
What is the make and model of John Wick's car?
Ooh, that is a Ford Mustang, like Super Snake or something? Shelby Super Snake?
Within 20, how many people did John Wick kill in the main four films of the John Wick franchise?
Within 20?
Yeah, I'm trying to be lenient here.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to say... within all four films?
Correct.
Let's see. Okay, all right. John Wick kills all the... How many people? I'm going to say 114.
Name one of the four firearms that were purchased during the montage in John Wick Chapter 2.
Benelli M4.
All
Shotgun.
right. Time.
Yeah.
So obviously there are some technical difficulties there. We're going to edit this.
What? But you can't edit audio.
I know I can't edit audio.
No. No, it cannot be done, is what I'm saying.
All right.
Anyway, go ahead.
I'm going to text him. All right. I should probably write down your time, even though there's a massive caveat with this one.
How much does the time count against my
What a great
score?
way to come back into the studio completely unprompted.
Correct.
Oh,
To
wow.
answer your
Did we
timing.
figure out how trivia works? Did we get that meta
Right.
settled?
Yes.
To-
Yes.
I am
Yep,
so proud of you.
to answer your
Thank you.
question, time only comes into it if there's a tie.
I see. Okay.
So, some guy with the mic. Did it feel like you were out there for a while?
I was browsing Reddit, so time was an illusion.
All right. So just as a heads up, time's not going to be a massive thing for this one. There is a technical difficulty during the recording in the middle of trivia. So, but with that being said, are you ready to play?
I am so ready. Before I begin, how many did our special guest get right today?
Oh,
How many do you think he got right?
How many do I think I got right?
correct. I'm not going to tell him how many you got right. That's
how
like,
many? Yeah, no, I was confused. How many? Wait, how many were there total? There was 5, right?
yeah.
I'm gonna say I got 3.
Oh, that's a high. That'd be a record.
I know. God, no, I'm forgetting the questions, but I'm almost positive got at least 2.
Okay.
So.
All right.
All right, I can
Gonna
do
be
this.
optimistic.
I'm gonna go 5 for 5. Let's go. Bring it.
Oh wow.
Okay. Your time starts after I ask this first question. What was Keanu Reeves' first leading role?
Neo in the Matrix.
Who directed Bullet Train, Fall Guy, and Deadpool 2?
That would be Zack Schneider.
What is the make and model of John Wick's car?
A Lincoln Town and Country.
Within 20, how many people did John Wick kill in the main 4 films in the John Wick franchise?
14.
Name one of the 4 firearms that were purchased during the montage in John Wick Chapter 2.
Beretta M9.
Time. Okay. How do you think you did?
I got 0.
I'm gonna say you got 1. I think you got 1.
So, really not 5 for 5 there, microphone?
Listen, if I ever get 5 for 5, it's because I cheated.
All right.
I think you know that. I think I know that. I think our audience knows that.
That's not a bad assumption. Getting into the scores, question 1. What was Keanu Reeves' first leading role? You both said Neo in The Matrix. The answer is Ted in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Came out in 1989.
For it.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that movie.
89. Wow.
Yeah.
I wasn't even born yet.
Wow. And so it must have been a eon ago.
Essentially.
Who directed Bullet Train, Fall Guy, and Deadpool 2? Some guy with Mike, you said Zack Snyder. Matt said David
Said
Leitch.
Zack Schneider is who was what he said.
Yeah, Schneider.
Okay. Well, Mike, you're double
I
wrong
don't think he's
then.
German.
Because David Leitch is correct. 1-0 guess.
Yay.
Question 3. What is the make and model of John Wick's car? Microphone, you said a Town and Country. Is that correct?
Lincoln Town and Country.
Matt said a Ford Mustang Super Snake. A Ford Mustang is correct. However, I'm not certain it's the Super Snake. But we'll give it to you. It's close enough.
I would say he gets that, yeah.
But you're not certain it's not. So
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I looked it up to make sure, and Super Snake does not
Uh-huh.
sound familiar, but we're giving it to you anyway. Question 4. These last two, to both of your credit, are very tough. Within 20, how many people did John Wick kill in the main 4 films in the John Wick franchise? Some guy with a mic, you said 14. Matt said 114.
Oh, wow.
oh wow.
Would it make you guys feel any better to tell you you're not even close?
Yeah, actually it would.
Either oh, okay.
The answer is 439.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Do you have a do you have a breakdown of like by film?
I do.
Like
We'll
how
get
much?
to it.
What? Okay. Jesus.
I need to rewatch the John Wick franchise again. I don't think I ever got near 400.
No, you didn't. You got 14, bud. That's a bit far off. All right.
Within 20 is cutting it pretty close.
Well, yeah, I should have said within 100. My God. Question 5, 2-0 guest. Name one of the 4 firearms that were purchased during the montage in John Wick Chapter 2. Some guy with a mic, you said a Beretta M9. Matt said a Benelli. The answer, you had 4 to choose from. A Glock 34, a Glock 26, an AR-15, and a Benelli M4. So, Matt, you win 3-0
Let's go.
trivia.
I want to call a technicality that a Benelli is a company and not simply a firearm.
That's how it's introduced by Peter Serafinowicz.
It is.
So I don't know the
That's-
gun
that is-
in any
that's
other context.
fair.
I guess as the only firearms expert, fact checking that question, what would you have called it?
Yeah, I guess what is it?
I suppose one would say Benelli M4, but if we're gonna say that, you could say, he bought a Colt. A Colt what? A Colt Sidewinder, a Colt Python, a Colt 45, 1911. But you know what? I will say Benelli M4 does count. I'm gonna say Benelli's fine. The specificity doesn't really matter.
Well, I wanted specificity in this question because if you said, "Oh, he bought a pistol," it doesn't really quite cut it.
I mean, Benelli is close at least. At least it's the right company. It's the right brand.
Right. But Matt, you did say the Benelli M4, which is, I think, verbatim what he says in the film.
Mm-hmm,
And the M4 would be the model.
It's for dessert. I believe
No,
is
dessert were the knives.
verbiage.
Right. All right. Well, that wraps up today's episode of Trivia. Unsurprisingly, the 2 raccoons are 0 for 7 now. 6, technically, I think.
Oh, wow.
All right. Matt, you asked for a breakdown of the kill counts for the 4 films. Do we want to?
Can I
Yeah.
make can I make it like a sort of a guess? Okay. I'm gonna say in the first movie it's like 20. And then God, I don't
Some
know.
guy
The
with a
second and
mic.
third one kind of blur together.
Yeah, some guy with a mic. Do you want to? Let's guess film for film. So 20.
Okay. I think the first film, I think he kills 35.
77.
Jeez, we
Wow.
need to really up our numbers here.
Oh my God. Well, I'm kind of begging on the fourth movie being because it's so long and there's so many that's like 200 or something.
But you would think it's like half of the total kills.
The
Yeah.
4th film is literally
But,
almost 3 hours long. So solid assumption
Yeah.
there. All right, film 2. What do we think?
Film 2. So the first one was 77,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna say like 132.
I'm gonna say 109.
128.
Oh,
Ooh.
So you were very close. Film 3.
Would be more. I guess I don't know how many we have left.
You have 2 films.
I can't do quick. No, like
how many
people.
kills?
Yeah, I can't do quick maths. What's that? I'm gonna say 150.
Okay.
About the same.
97.
94.
Ooh,
Oh wow,
okay.
that is quite a. All right.
All right. Final film. It is the highest
All right,
of the
well,
ones that we've gone over so far, if that helps.
Mhm.
Give me one.
Okay, you're mathing it out. That's not fair.
I'll make a guess in the dark. I'm saying 236.
Okay.
170.
140.
Oh,
Oh.
all right. Well,
So that is the breakdown. And yeah, it does not really feel like it at all as you're watching them. Except
No.
for the last one. That one definitely feels like they threw
Yeah.
140 bodies
Yeah.
at him. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
a bit excessive. So, David Leitch was co-director with this one with Chad Stahelski, at least for the first one. He went uncredited as a co-director. So that you kind of have to dig around for that credit if you want to look for it. What do we think about the world that these films have set up? Because if you just watch the trailers, I guess you'd assume that it's like a stereotypical like assassin action movie kind of thing where the protagonist kind of has to be a bit stealthy if he's going out in public. After watching them, that's not something that happens literally ever. There are many times where there are like fights in nightclubs, in public, and the citizens just don't react to people getting murdered in front of them at all.
They have less of a reaction than GTA 5 NPCs.
For real. I mean, there's the thing that the quote unquote silenced pistol shootout with Common
in the second one,
in the train station or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't know. You can go so far with the suspension of disbelief. And to do like something that ridiculous in the second movie, even though they were like pushing the like mythology sort of world stuff, strains credulity.
I agree.
Yeah. It's
But I don't care at a point with these movies. So
I mean, they're kind of like if John Wick kills people like most of us eat potato chips.
true.
that's yeah.
It's quick.
Can't
it's
just have one.
Exactly. You can't stop at just one, and they're enjoyable. It's a good experience.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be like deep and meaningful. It's not a meal, but boy howdy is it delicious.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I watched these,
Although I
go for it.
Oh, I will say though, I don't know if we'll get into this later, but I last night I watched the Wick is Pain documentary about the making of these movies. And I've seen over the years some commentary about the like parallels to like I don't know if it's like Greek mythology specifically, but a sort of like world of like gods versus men kind of stuff, and some reaching for slightly deeper ideas than assassin world shoot 'em ups, which I think is something that elevates these movies beyond your standard popcorn fare. To me, is those kind of ideas and how it like integrates with the John Wick assassin world, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, Lance Reddick's character is literally named Charon, who is the ferryman of the underworld.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not subtle about it. It's we're not talking fucking Bertolucci or whatever the fuck, right? They're hitting you over the head with it, but it's like it's there, and it's yeah.
Yeah, I will say the first time I watched these films, I was really distracted by how literally no one was reacting to what was going on around them. On the second watch, though, I had a great time. Like, I knew what to expect, and I was all for it.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the biggest things where I'm back and forth on if I like it or not is in the first two, there's a police officer that goes to John's house, and he's like, oh, he notices what's going on. He's like, hey, are you working again? And John's like, I don't know. And it's kind of a fun nod to like, hey, someone knows that he's assassin, however you want to say it. But there's like a respect there. Either he's a friend or he just does not want to get in the middle of it. And then he leaves.
Mm-hmm.
I think one character like that, if they wanted to play this completely straight, I think that would have been great. However, with the understanding that it's assassins are commonplace in this world, I think that kind of lessens that bit a bit. But again, nitpicking at this unrealistic world here.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, and I think that's.
Go ahead.
I think it's kind of a function of how. I think especially with the first two movies, especially with the first one, how unpredictable the production was.
Oh yeah.
The first movie almost didn't get made if it wasn't for Ava Longoria and $6 million.
Yep.
So, and yeah, they were like pretty much shut down, and then they got the funding, and then like, all right, let's go. And I think part of the, I don't know, part of the fun of the, I guess, kind of inconsistency of this John Wick assassin world is they're making it up as they go, but like there's not like Tolkien level world building thought put into this, which is fine.
You know what it feels like? It feels like a DM's first time sitting behind the DM screen, and all he knows is that he needs to throw dispensable enemies at his party. He's just like, goblins! More goblins! Goblins here! Goblins there! You kill everybody! Everybody's your enemy! And he's just throwing combat after combat after combat.
Me when I threw like 40 stormtroopers at you guys that one time.
Guys, we gotta go! Hold on, we're killing! We gotta go!
Yeah, I mean, on the outside, these are just fun, shoot 'em up popcorn movies. However, like you said, looking into it, there's the mythology theory, there's a whole ton of color theory, if you really want to look into that. I think one video I watched online, I don't have the source of it, I didn't do my homework and actually look up what I got my sources from. But they mention, especially visible in the first and second films, whenever John is like, when he has the upper hand, is very blue tones. However, when that shifts, the lighting turns red. And you're not going to notice that at first because the action scenes take place in like a nightclub. The lights are constantly shifting colors. But it is such a... Look, these movies are great for if you want to turn your brain off and just watch a body shot simulator, or if you actually do want to get critical about it and look into these deeper meanings that are definitely there in these movies. I think it's a great franchise to do that with.
Yeah, and there's there's 4 movies to work with, and a cool like evolution of the John Wick style of action, because when the first one came out, it was so brand new to the action movie, like to action movies. At this point in time, it was like, it was like 2014, I think, is when the first movie came out, and that was prime like Bourne, shaky cam, Jason Statham, 7,000 cuts to get Liam Neeson over a fence, kind of stuff. And this kind of changed the game in a lot of ways. And interestingly, I learned this from the documentary. They this company that Chad Stahelski and David Leitch, I think Chad Stahelski started it, It's like a one-stop shop for everything like stunts and action. They do a bunch of like stunt previs stuff to like uh previs things for, well, like for movies that they're doing, but also just like keep fresh and stuff. So one of them was for this Jason Statham movie called Safe. I haven't seen it. It's probably like every other Jason Statham movie. Okay to kind of not great.
It's a
Um,
movie of all time.
it is one of them. It is one of the movies of all time. Um, but that's where they started the kind of gun fu style of action. And there's like it in the documentary. It showed like there's like a, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 shots of, you can kind of tell that they're trying to do it, and they took a little bit from the previous, but they kind of like hid that until they were ready to use it for John Wick.
Yeah, I find it interesting, some guy with a mic. You are not getting on Matt at all for watching documentaries about the films, but yet when I mentioned I watched a single special feature for the Star Wars one, it was game over. So
Are we talking about the Christmas special?
no, when I mentioned I watched something for the sound design or whatever it was, you called me a nerd and everything. So
I don't recall this. This is slander right here.
nope, it's literally written right here in my script. That makes it libel.
Slander.
Actually, it was lies. I don't have a script. I'm winging this.
I was gonna say, what page are you on? I don't even have one. I have a bag of sweet tarts and a dream over here.
Speaking about a bag of sweet tarts and a dream, timeline for these films. These came out 2014 was the first one, and I think Chapter 4 came out in 21. The first 3 films
For real?
take place in like 1 to 2 weeks. That's it. It's
that's
very
insane.
Oh yeah, it's very streamlined.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
And then I think the 4th one jumps ahead like a handful of months.
Mm-hmm.
In my most recent rewatch, I was trying to keep my eye out for any like continuity errors if there were like, I don't know, cars from like 2017 popping up when it should still be 2014.
And I know you're a car guy, right? So you have an eye for those 2017 cars.
I was just about to say I'm not a car guy. I wouldn't have known what I was looking for at all.
That's a 2017, not 2018. I can tell.
But that's a challenge for any filmmaker who wants to make or keep something in a specific time setting, no matter where it is, unless you're doing something completely modern. It's a nightmare. But nothing stood out like that for me, so I'm gonna go on the belief that they pulled it off. Something I don't think they pulled off extremely well. He loses a finger at the end of the 3rd film. I had forgotten about that the first time I watched the 4th movie, and I didn't pick up on anything. I didn't see it missing, none of that. However, during the rewatch, I remembered he was missing a finger, and I had my eye out for that, and I saw in just a couple frames and a couple shots that finger's still there. So me being the filmmaker, the nitpick, I'm like, oh, wait, it's easy. Have someone watch it and keyframe it out. My God, everyone. Even though it's definitely not that easy. Just
use Photoshop.
Yeah, that's what it was made for. Taking people's fingers off.
And nothing else.
Exactly.
Speaking of funny, Andrew, you got a story, right?
Oh, yeah. Thanks for that
Oh my
seamless
God.
transition there, Matt. That's
As Dean Kamen himself could not have built a better Segway.
I'm guessing that's the person who invented the Segway.
You know how he died?
Getting stuck on an escalator.
No, Segway.
Oh, well,
Died via Segway. Yeah.
like many of the
Live by the
greats.
sword, die by the sword.
Died by the Segway.
Live by the sword, die by the Segway.
Anyway, as our guest pointed out, I do have an interesting story. One of the only person I have talked about these films with, and it was involuntarily. The person mentioned that he liked the films, but however, he was sad to see how the fourth one ended. This person was an employee of Amazon, and he was talking to me about it while I was on customer support.
Wow.
I remember this.
Oh, I did tell you?
What?
Yeah, so I...
Did it just come up unprompted?
Not necessarily.
What-
Yes and no.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I tried logging into my Amazon account on my laptop because I'm usually only on it on my phone, and it had been a while since I had accessed it from my laptop. So it's like, hey, you're locked out. This is like an unrecognized user, and it completely locked me out of my account. So I had to call, and one of the prompts was, oh, you have to verify one of your previous purchases. And that was it, the 4 Blu-ray collection, whatever. And as I'm talking through this with him for another issue, he's like, oh, so you like John Wick, huh? And I'm like, yeah. Like, was the weirdest interaction I've ever had with Amazon. But,
All right.
but
Good taste in cinema.
yeah, speaking of that ending, spoiler alert for the ending, but John Wick finally dies at the end of the fourth one. And Keanu Reeves has said that he will continue to make these films as long as the fans want him to. And they're making a John Wick Chapter 5. So do we think this is going to be a prequel? Something that comes in between that 6 whatever month time gap like the Ballerina spinoff was? Or are they going to resurrect him and fully commit to the mythology aspect of this thing?
Ooh, I didn't think of that.
I have an idea.
I hope they don't resurrect him,
Same.
but like Keanu's he's getting old, right? He's like 60 or whatever, right?
Yeah, he's
So-
up there.
If it's going to be a prequel or take place anytime like previous to when he dies, it's tougher to like build your choreo around this guy who is in like in incredible shape and like is a great action star, but like he's a big lumbering dude.
Yeah.
And you can tell in the third one, I think, when he fights the 2 guys from the raid,
Mhm.
that it's just a tick slower than like maybe it should be.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because in the Ballerina spinoff, Ride with Norman Reedus is in it, and during his action scene, I noticed that they cut like 2 or 3 frames off of his. I think he swings for a fight or something. They cut a couple frames off of his action just to make him seem like he's moving as fast as the others. I don't think a normal viewer would necessarily catch that. But for like, I'm a massive fan of Norman Reedus, so whenever he's on the screen, my eyes are glued. So I did pick up on that.
Sure.
I hope that's not what they have to resort to with Keanu, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe it'll be like in a like Ian McShane type old
yeah.
mentor role,
If
but then he also gets to shoot some people more than Ian McShane does in the movies.
yeah, I'm not sure how that would lend itself to being a full-blown John Wick sequel.
Like Chapter 5.
Right.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
But if he would to
is it can because
if he were to show up like he did in the Ballerina, I think that was a great cameo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some guy with a mic, you said you had a theory on this.
I have two theories.
Yeah, you had an idea.
Got
Okay.
two.
Ooh, okay.
Sorry, you're
First one
only
is a
allowed
bit late.
4. Sorry.
Ah, well. So the first one's a bit lamer, which is that they're gonna have him like they have a clone backup, or they clone
my
his
God.
consciousness. Because they're like, he was our greatest assassin, so now we put his brain into this person's body. Or 2, they're gonna pull Wolverine, in where that he's alive, but just
Where
barely.
they have a clone of him, an evil clone of him.
And now there's this small girl that he teaches her to murder everyone. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Wolverine.
I feel like the sad dad genre of TV and movies is a bit dated now. That Pedro Pascal has done everything in that genre. So I don't think but I don't know. I'd love to be proven wrong.
Is his theme song just going to be Creed now instead of, what was it?
Can you take me
Instead of Marilyn Manson?
Yeah. Marilyn?
Less problematic, I think. So
Just
yeah.
mildly.
I mean, they have pulled off diegetic score in the past in the second one during that Rome party sequence where he has to kill the one guy's sister.
Yeah.
The theme, so they put lyrics to the score and to John's main theme and made it its own bit, which I loved. And they had a performer actually singing that song on stage. So it's a diegetic piece, which I love whenever they do that. So it's his next thing. He's going to finally get his car back from John Leguizamo, or however the hell you say his name, and just going to be Creed CDs on repeat the entire film. Like, it's possible.
I don't know. Maybe he'll do more car stunts or something. Because
yeah,
those are great, and there's a lot more cooler stuff in 4.
Yep.
Around the arc.
Yep.
So I don't know. Maybe they'll go more in that direction. Cause fucking yeah, doing all the hand to hand and judo stuff is taking a toll on this old man's body, and I would be sad if he can't do it anymore.
Yeah. What do we think of his performance, dialogue-wise? I know your opinion, Matt. I'm curious what some guy with a mic thinks.
Okay. So, I'm not gonna... This isn't a complicated answer, but it's one that I do fully believe in. There's almost too much.
Huh?
Dialogue?
Yep.
Oh, for the entire... Yeah, okay.
Because here's the thing, and again, this is not a discredit. This is a potato chip movie, which I really like potato chip movies. They're movies that I'm here to enjoy them. I don't really have to think super hard. Like, you can have your talky moments and your cool story building, and that's fine and daintily dandy, but I'm here to watch you shoot a man. I'm here to watch you shoot entirety 400 and something mans.
Do you mean there's too much dialogue for Keanu, or in general for everybody?
In general, but Keanu almost feels like so much the dialogue. It almost feels like we had to put something in here to keep it going, and then it almost feels like Keanu's character has to almost like begrudgingly like go
Say
through
words.
the dialogue.
If I were to make a suggestion, we cut Keanu's lines by 30% and have Ian McShane give 50% more dialogue.
Yes.
You know, I think that might balance it out.
I'd take that.
Because that would give more setup and lore to the films while keeping your main character this stoic, like, I'm just here because I need to get something done. Yeah, that would kind of fit.
I don't even know if you need to do that. I guess, I don't know, depending on how clever you can get with exposition, you don't necessarily have to do that with dialogue. I mean, like with the fucking the I don't even know what they're. I think they're in the Eiffel Tower. All the ladies with the
Yeah.
tattoos and the switchboard,
Mhm.
and they with all like old analog computers or whatever. Like stuff like that is the coolest, and I want more of that, please.
Yeah, this world is fully aware of the assassin business.
Mm-hmm.
It might surprise you to hear there are some action scenes in these movies.
What?
Yeah.
You'll have to show me them sometime. I might have missed them.
Yeah, I don't remember any of
Yeah,
them.
I'll give you a visual demonstration whenever we all hang out next. I'll act them out for you.
Okay, cool.
What are our favorite ones? There are a bit to choose from. And there are a lot of there's a lot of versatility in them as well. The first one is pretty straightforward. Second one switches it up a little bit with the stashing of the weapons and then picking them up as he makes his way back out during the fight of that Rome sequence. The third one steps it up with integrating dogs into it in a good way. And then the fourth
Unlike the first one where they integrated dogs in a bad way. A dog integrated a dog in a bad way. Excuse me.
Yeah. The fourth one really gets into the vehicles. Does a great overhead.
One of the greatest action sequences in film.
There are so many action sequences in that final stretch, though. Like we have the driving sequence.
True. The stairs.
The stairs.
The
stairs.
cars.
Actually, I felt to be a bit exhausting because like you're
that's
there.
Fair. I think
with
that's
him.
part of the point.
It is
with it being ace. Yeah, but that's fair.
So, what are your guys' favorite scenes? Action scenes.
That's a really hard question.
I will say, I remember when I watched the first movie, I was like in college, and I kept hearing like this John Wick thing's really cool, and I kind of wrote it off as like a dumb movie, right?
Same.
And so I remember exactly the moment that this movie hooked me. It is in the when the guys come to his house, in that first action sequence, and it's that one shot where he's like wrestling the guy, and it's a long take, and it's a slow pushing down the hallway, and then he like rolls over, he has the knife, and he has to like punch the knife down into the guy's chest.
Mm-hmm.
And that I was like, Jesus, this is awesome. Yeah, that's maybe one of my favorite shots of the whole franchise.
That's a good answer.
And the second one, what happens in the second one? I don't even remember. Is the second one the one where they have the montage of like all the assassins there's like the lady with the violin or something?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
oh,
yeah.
Some guy gets
montage is
shot
very
in the
exciting.
head in that one, and then he gets back up afterwards. Like, really?
Oh yeah.
But anyway.
You know how Keanu has the bulletproof suit? He has a bulletproof
Yes.
skull, so better watch out. Let's see. I think from the third one, probably the
hotel fight is my favorite fight scene in that film.
Concierge.
Yes.
Okay. That's gonna be mine for John Wick 2.
Oh, geez, I don't know about the third one. Maybe the horse stuff with the horses. Oh no, no, it's the knife store.
Yeah.
Throwing
knife.
knives. Parabellum.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
That was
another
gonna be mine for 3.
That's another all timer. Yeah.
Quit taking my
fun
stuff,
fact.
guys.
Yeah. First of all, with the good, the bad, and the ugly reference with them putting
Yep.
together the gun and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then like half the knives missing, which is very fun and a thing you don't see basically ever in any action movie that has throwing knives. Them just missing constantly, bouncing off, walls and the guys and stuff. Yeah, great, super great. And then the Hotline Miami,
Yeah.
Dragon's Breath. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, some guy with a mic. Your other two scenes that we have.
So 2 concierge, 3 throwing knives. So from John
Mhm.
Wick 1, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back with
Oh, yeah.
with Vargo with the car with Vargos in the alley shootout.
Okay.
And he stands on top of the car and the whole it's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
good sequence. It's a good sequence because it's in the first movie. It's got a little like just the delivery of the yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. Just
Hmm.
it's I don't know.
It's the most
Again, like I
emotive
said,
he's ever
there's
been in these films.
That's
as
probably
as much
true.
as other dialogue feels almost forced, this one didn't, which is
Yeah.
why it stands out to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's kind of a can be seen coming from Keanu to at that time to because before that he had like 2 action movies like Rise of Ronin or something like that, and then Man of Tai Chi, which I think flopped at the box office, and this was not purposefully, but it sort of did bring him back as a action star leading man,
Mm-hmm.
and that line sort of exemplified
Yeah.
that.
You got Speed 1. You got, well, actually, like one movie Speed. You got Speed. You got Matrix, the first movie. It's almost like a reintegration into those action movies for him.
Yeah, yeah. And then 4.
Oh, God. My favorite scene from 4. Hold on. I gotta figure out the name of this is.
John Wick
Is it Fat
Chapter
Scott
4.
Adkins? Oh,
I'm almost tempted to say the stairway scene.
that's fair. Anything with Donnie Yen is great.
Or the poker game is also good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Donnie Yen has some of my favorite lines in the franchise in that 4th one.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first one comes when right after they make the plan for the duel, and he's like, "Nope, not doing it." Like, and then during the duel, Bill Skarsgård's like trying to be motivated. He's like, "Shut the fuck up," or whatever it was.
Yeah,
F
yeah,
off.
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, lots of great one-off actors in this franchise. Really, the
Yeah,
only
like
recurring characters are Ian McShane and Lance Reddick.
mhm.
All the villains are unique to each one.
Yeah, yeah.
Willem Dafoe gets killed
Mhm.
off in the first one. I'm excited to see
Yeah,
who
but
they bring in next. Because they're going to have to, like, I'm pretty sure Ian McShane's story is done.
Mm-hmm.
He
mm,
completed his arc. So if they have it set after chapter 4, again, no idea what they're going to do. But
right, yeah.
I am excited to see more actors in this world.
Yeah, more
Yeah.
action actors too. That like Michael Jai White, he hasn't been in any of these. He is one of the best martial artists, first of all, but then like martial art actors uh that's working today. And that would be really cool to see him be in a John Wick.
I think it would
Agreed.
be neat to see, and on the similar level of involvement as Norman Reedus had in the spinoff, I think John
Mm,
Bernthal would
mm,
be amazing to see,
mm,
because a lot of
yeah.
stuff that he's done more recently are just purely like firearm action sequences. I think throw in a bit of the gun fu in there. I'd be really interested to see what he has to offer.
Yeah. Yeah.
we mentioned in trivia that David Leitch has also directed films such as Bullet Train and Fall Guy, which are still action films. They're definitely not on the level of stunt intricacy as these films are. But it's definitely bleeding in to other stuff. How do we feel about the more modern action movie? Because like 80s, it was definitely, you see people shooting guns and then it cuts directly to people with squibs going off on their chests. 90s was more Matrix style stuff, and now getting into the late 2010s, mid 2020s, where we're in the gun fu esque action scene. Do we want to see more diversification, or are we not burnt out on this yet? Like, I personally think I have maybe 2 more John Wick films in me to where I'd be like, all right, enough is enough. Let's cap it off here.
Mike, do you want to go first?
I'll go first on this one.
Right.
I think I'm of a similar mind. I could probably do one more movie before I'm like, all right, this needs to be done. And not because they're bad or because I'm tired of seeing them, but just because it's like, we get it. This is what this is. This is what this encapsulates. This is what we're going for. It's gonna, because how long before we have? I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that every John Wick movie is completely different from each other. I am gonna tell you there are differences to them, and I am gonna say that we're running out of ways to be different and still tell this kind of story, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I completely agree.
Yeah, that's fair.
These films always try, and I think succeed in one-upping the previous one. Eventually, we're going to hit diminishing returns, and I don't want to see that for this franchise, because everyone who works on them really cares about them. They put their sweat and blood into these films, and I want people to have fond memories of them.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm of a similar mind of both of you. I think, yeah, the kind of diminishing returns and like I don't know, the escalation. It's tough. I feel like, though, they can, I don't know, maybe with some time off or whatever after this chapter 4, they can like get pretty creative and I don't know, find something kind of new. But I think in terms of like other action movies and stuff, I mean, there's not just the John Wick style gun fu stuff, like with Ballerina, or sort of Bullet Train doing a more comedic stuff, but still, kind of with the funny, like Jackie Chan style choreo and stuff like that. But like Furiosa came out last year or something like that, and that's such a different type of action movie than any John Wick martial arts anything, and having that sort of diversification in addition to, within this sort of micro genre, is really great to see and keeps me excited about the future of this, the best genre of film.
Yeah, I agree. Furiosa was, well, it was the first Mad Max film I have seen, and I loved it. I think a lot of that is because of George Miller still very much in charge of that creative force behind those movies. But yeah, it feels like one film does something successful, like John Wick, and then it literally defines a decade of filmmaking because everyone wants to copy it. Like the Marvel movies, it were great, and then DC shifted to try and copy that. So it just feels like there's an oversaturation of these things as time goes on.
I think also like there's good and bad aspects of that sort of thing, because getting more of this sort of new DNA into other films is great, and a way to like, I don't know, like expose it to more people and be more creative about it. But then on the other side, like this is a business. This industry is a business, right? And they're just gonna, take what they think works and copy it and not really innovate, and just kind of milk it for all it's worth until the well runs dry.
Yeah, I mean,
that sucks.
To quote Mr. Potato Head, money, 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 right? Like,
yes. From God, what was that thing? Rugrats, right?
You
That
have
cartoon?
to be joking. All right. Is there anything that we didn't touch on for this franchise? We're coming up on time, but we can talk about something else if we want to.
That's about everything I can really think of. I will add to the point our guest was making, that yes, in an industry like the movie industry, where innovation is risky and rehashing is profit, we are gonna see the death of everything eventually. Not because people stop enjoying it, but because Hollywood can't stop ruining it.
Mm-hmm. They make us not enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's almost like, I don't know. There's this. What was that one franchise called? Small franchise, only a couple movies. Jurassic Park. I'm so. Listen, the Jurassic Park movies from my childhood in the 90s, they were fantastic. Well, 2000s were fantastic.
They came out in '93, dude.
Oh,
yeah, well, I was. Listen, I wasn't born in '93.
Yeah, I cannot wait to. I think we're waiting to see Fantastic Four. Then we'll do a wrap up episode covering some of the more recent films that have come out that we've already made episodes on, and we'll give our opinions on. I cannot wait to share my opinion on the new Jurassic Park movie. Yeah, it's just been there, done that.
We are gonna have opinions
and dinosaurs. There are gonna be dinosaurs, guys.
What? Spoiler.
They're gonna be dinosaurs. We're gonna make new ones. They're gonna be the greatest dinosaurs you've ever seen.
I mean, maybe stop that.
No, but science.
But you thought if you could, not if you should.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Who said that? Some dumb idiot?
Yeah, some idiot with great hair and all right. Well, thank you, Matt.
I do want to make.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
I think the pairing of Chad Stahelski and Keanu Reeves, if that isn't like in whatever next John Wick thing is, I'm not seeing it. They have. I'm sure you guys know, but for listeners who don't know, Chad Stahelski, before he directed, he was a stuntman, and he was actually Keanu Reeves' stuntman as Neo in the Matrix films. So they, from the first John Wick movie, had known each other for like 20 years, and there's like, Scorsese has De Niro and Chad Stahelski has Keanu Reeves, and it's just the perfect pairing for these for these movies, and if that doesn't happen, I'm out.
Yeah, it's a very consistent vision throughout, and you can tell that
Yeah,
because of the fact
yeah.
that the same
Mhm.
team has produced every one. I don't
Mhm.
know who the creative team was behind the ballerina spinoff, but to their credit, if it wasn't the same team, it did feel very similar. It felt in
Pretty,
line
yeah,
with
yeah.
that. But yeah, I would agree. I think if they're gonna keep making more films, innovate some, but still keep the same team on, because their passion is what makes these films what they are. And they're
Mhm.
real too. Like, the stunts are all real. Keanu got his back messed up for falling down 70 flights of stairs in the fourth one. Like,
And he already had like neck and hip and knee injuries, and he's old.
And he's old.
yeah, you know,
This
I'm
is-
fine
this
with them
That
cutting
you
it.
know how somehow that
Yeah.
was the worst injury he obtained right there with you just calling him old.
You know what? I get if they have to cut some frames out of his action sequences in the next one, then. Like, he's earned it.
Yeah,
Right. Well,
he's earned a couple frames time off.
thank you, Matt, for joining us on this John Wick episode of the Two Raccoons in a Trench Coat podcast. If you listening at home have enjoyed this episode or didn't enjoy this episode, you can reach out to us at tworaccoonspodcast@gmail.com. That's 2 C's, 2 O's, no spaces. And tell us who you would like to put a hit out on if you were in John Wick. Actually, please don't. That might get everyone in trouble.
Are there ever spaces in email addresses? Is that a thing you can do?
I don't think so, but I want to cover all our bases just in case.
No, that's fair.
Listen,
It
the
just
average
it just-
intelligence
yeah,
of the two raccoons in a podcast.
Case in point.
the listeners.
Gonna sit
Oh,
over
not the listeners,
here.
the hosts. I see.
Yeah.
Gonna sit over here.
Yeah, just look at our trivia records. Like, all right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us for another installation of this podcast. We really enjoy making these for you. We hope you enjoy listening along to them with us. Again, if you want to reach out to us, drop a comment down below or reach us by email. And that about wraps up this episode. Matt, thank you again for joining us. I've been some guy with a hat,
I have been some guy with a microphone.
and we will catch you in the next one. Later.